Maybe. I got no power mirrors. They're not heated either, so do these. Need a floor jack, but think. Ooh. Windshield's bad, brakes are bad. Ooh.
For a little while.
Ooh.
Minor details.
Minor details. Alright, we're gonna do something about that today. Oh, they're both like that.
Wilhelm, can you do the old steering wheel jiggles? Oh, that fails already. Okay, can you slow it down a smidge? Well then, that needs a bunch of work. Okay. You're good.
That is unfortunate.
Oh dear. Keep going.
Okay. Steering lash. Fail. Fail.
And kind of the lower one too. Yeah, okay. That's good.
Thank you. That was checking ball joints.
Alright, so I'm checking ball joints. You got your lower ball joint and your upper ball joint. And as he rocks the bar back and forth, you can see the upper one move a little bit. And the lower one just kind of pops up and down a little bit. Not the end of the world, but it's less than perfect. Brand new ones have no movement. So we'll write it down.
So in here, I've got my brake measuring tools. Minimum spec on drums is 8 mil. I believe minimum spec on trucks is 4 or 3 mil on disc brakes,
If I'm not mistaken. Ooh, we're gonna be close. The fronts had lots. You can tell just by visually looking at it, but I'm looking at the rear pads. We're gonna try for 4. If it's got more than 4, I'm not gonna worry about it. If it's got less than it, I'm gonna note it. I don't like it very much. Oh yeah, we're more than 4. Let's see what we're actually at. Let's go for 8. See what's up. If it's at 8, that's gonna be perfect. Alright, we're shy of 8. Try for 6. We're a tight 6. 6 millimeters. Okay, that definitely passes, but if it were my truck, I'd start shopping. That fails though. Oh, that's okay. I need to start writing stuff down because there's a few things back here. There's a little exhaust leak there. It's really, really small. Like this isn't fabulous. That's out of alignment, but that's mostly because of this U-bolt setup is goofy. It's fanned out. I don't like that very much. Not a lot you can do about it either, because sometimes they just want to do that. I don't like it when they do that. These dust shields are bent. These tires are almost bald. This spring's not super aligned. That's doing pretty good though. I like that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. There's a little spot there that I could probably do something about that. I'll check the exhaust over. No, I don't think I'm gonna worry about that little leak there. It's really small. Here's a transmission leak though. Okay, so you joints are good.
Smaller tires.
Somebody got it.
This truck needs a little bit of mechanical help, but the cab and the body are pretty nice.
Really nice.
Too many dents.
This thing's got a clean body, I'll give it that. Like what? Okay, so right now, I'm checking for why the ABS light is on. It's probably just a bad sensor. It's often the case. Maybe just a bad connection even, which would be even better. Got a couple engine codes, but from what I saw, they're not anything special. Okay, so it's fully loaded. We got 2 engine codes, 2 ABS codes, 1 cluster code, and a trailer brake controller code. And a heating ventilation one and a parking aid. Now the parking aid one I know has been removed from the back of the truck because they always get destroyed anyways. So that's where those codes are coming from. That doesn't matter. Vehicle speed, wheel speed correlation. Ah. Okay. Rear speed sensor, input rear. Okay. So the one on the rear diff is not reading correctly. Not surprised there. There's a lot of carnage back there right now. Low battery voltage at module. Probably if I clean the battery post, that'll fix that. Compass module, no response. It just needs to be calibrated. That's simple stuff. You can do that at home. Right hand side blend door circuit fail. Battery voltage out of range. So if I fix the battery voltage, that'll probably take care of that. Those battery connections were really poor. Parking aid module, yeah, none of that matters. Okay, so that's all that is. So I just gotta check out that rear sensor.
Hi.
Oof. This is not the first time this has had a problem. So the sensor looks pretty good. For this guy, on the other hand, I might need to find a new one of these. So that's pretty tore up. Somebody's been in there before. That's pretty pasty looking. I might be able to fix it. I can try. Dog's found something outside. Alright. Let's see what's going on in here. Oh, there is your problem, bud. All right, that's an easy fix. We can do that. Yes. Do this. Cut towards your chump, not your junk, right? I think that's how it goes. Woo wee! That's why. That could have been fingers. Yeah, it didn't go through though. now. She's nasty in there, man. Okay, so here, this is a good example of something. So this here, the way this works, I'm gonna just explain this real quick, how this works. So, you've got gear that goes into your differential, pinion gear, and then there's a ring gear here with teeth on the side of it, and they catch on that gear, and that's what makes the shafts inside the axle turn, because they're splined into that ring gear. So there's a little gear straight in here, it spins, and the teeth on the outside of it are kind of like this, and then there's teeth on a ring gear that are kind of like that, and they mesh together. On the back side of that ring gear, there is another ring with little nubs all across it, and this sensor sits right over those. And what happens is, as there's a copper wire coil inside this sensor, and as that ring spins around, it passes over what's essentially magnetized in here, and it creates a magnetic pulse, which with the I'm trying to think of the term for it, the copper coil inside that sensor, it reads it as an electromagnetic pulse and generates an electric current through these wires. Now these wires need to transmit exactly what this is doing to the computer at the front of the truck. And there's so many other wires and other things going on the truck that can possibly cast a bit of a magnetic pulse into these wires, even through the insulation, that they have to keep it uncorrupted as much as possible. So what they do is they twist the wires together like so, the whole way down the wire, all the way to the computer. And what that does is the magnetic pulse of these cancel each other out and create a magnetic force field, almost a magnetic shield on the outside, and it keeps the magnetic pulses, or electronic stray voltage, I should say, across the rest of the chassis that might possibly penetrate this at even 1/10 of a volt. That would be enough to throw off the signal. So that's why they twist them together. So if they're twisted, keep them twisted. But now I gotta fix them. I'll get her fixed up right. Oh, I had tape out. Where did my tape? I probably left that on my other toolbox. And side cutters. Okay, so we want to cut it somewhere about there. On this side, this is the trickier end. We want to cut it behind the green. A little bit more there. That's about good. Okay, this is going to be a dual connection because that is going to be too short now. Nice thing with doing it dual is I can do half of it up top. I don't even know if I'm gonna though. Perfect. A little bit more. It's a little bit on the dark side, but it should be all right. So we need one more of these. Ah, I remember where I'm leaving stuff. Get a good pair of side cutters, they're worth every penny. One of the first pieces of high-end brand name tooling I ever bought were these guys, and more than paid for themselves by now. Not too. Okay, so do myself a favor, put these on first. So here's a cool thing too, because it's a pulse and not a constant voltage, it's sinusoidal, if you know what that means. I forget half the time myself. So it doesn't really matter which wire goes where on this particular setup. Okay, so that's a little on the dark side, but she'll go. She'll go. It's darker than I like, but I only got so much wire to work with. So these dual wall ones, as long as you don't actually burn them and you just heat them real nice, once they're sealed, it's technically a watertight seal, and this could be an underwater connection that would last your lifetime. As long as you don't burn it. So avoid that. Don't like how destroyed this loom is up here, but I can't rewire the whole truck. You have to stop somewhere. It's a tricky thing with any job. If you're a really particular person or a bit of OCD, you gotta find where to stop. Gotten in trouble for that before, that's for sure. Taking things way too far because you wanted it to be just perfect. Make sure you don't go too far the other way though. Alright, so I want to show you a little trick for these plugs too. I'm going to grab some zip ties, I think I'm going to need them. Yeah, this stuff is pretty fantastic. Doesn't affect electrical connections, but it sure makes them slide together nice. Yeah, that's just some grease. That wasn't working so hot, so we'll just do this. I'm gonna scrap this whole thing, I think, because it wasn't working anyhow. remember to cut these darn things flush. Because they're really, really sharp if you don't. And the poor sucker who has to work on it next is probably you.
And that's how you fix a rear diff ABS sensor wire. Alright, so we've got corroded battery posts. We're gonna do that next. Thought I had some mini brushes in here. I haven't seen them the last couple of days, so. Start with this. I really don't know how you let it get this bad. I really genuinely don't. I would have taken one look under the hood if this were mine. I'm probably not even gonna work that morning. Just one of those things I just don't like seeing. Wreaks havoc on everything. Start having electrical issues everywhere just because of bad battery connections. I've seen cruise control not work because of it. Start on the other one. Might have to spray that off with something. I own like 7 of these brushes at home. No idea where they went. Never know. Can never find them. That's why I have so many of them. Every time I need one, it's gone. But the ones at home are cleaner than this, and the brush is in better shape, so it actually bites in there better. Come on, you. Oh, I know what I need. There we go.
That'll do. That'll do, pig. Try and avoid a spark for a little while now.
Oh! Could have been bad. Oops. Wouldn't be the first time that would have happened. Throat needs an acid wash. That's a problem too. Hiding from your face. That's gonna need like an acid wash later or something. Try and get a little bit more out, but these things have too many little corners in them to let this stuff grow in. Before you know it, it starts wrecking signals. So this will help put a little bit of an oil seal on it so that the oxygen getting to it that makes them corrode like that. And because it's a bit of a detergent, it'll eat into some of the stuff that's left on there too. Help get rid of it. You'd be surprised, just doing that makes it last a lot longer.